Hi everyone, welcome to Ethernal Realms and welcome to this week's reading of How Can You Be More Spiritually Connected? Messages from your spirit guides, ancestors, as well as your higher self. So we do have these guidance messages over here. This is pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. The timestamps are in the description box. Choose intuitively and we'll get started with your tarot, rune, astrology, as well as these guidance messages. Let's start with pile 1. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading. You chose these cards over here. I'll put these aside. We'll do your tarot cards first and then we'll check your guidance message. Let's find out how you can be more spiritually connected. We'll find out what the guidance is. We'll also see what is blocking you right now and what you can do. How will being more spiritually connected impact your regular life? So plenty of information. Let's get started. We have the 3 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, okay, 2 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles, and the Judgment. We have all 2s over here. Yeah. And your rune card is Ingus, which is energy, work, sex, land, balance, and grounded. Okay. So just with the numerology here, it is quite interesting because if you add the 3, 5, and 12, even that comes down to 2. So we have a collective of 2, 2, 2, and 2. So 4 2s. Okay. 2s generally deal with cooperation, harmony, uniting the body and the mind, balancing your body and mind, balancing out your relationships with yourself as well as with other people. And we do have plenty of balance here and harmonizing energy, working with energy, these type of things here. Of course, just from the imagery itself, I can say that your heart chakra as well as your root chakra, both of them need some work if you do chakra work, okay? But essentially you can read about each of these things, what they signify. Those are the certain ideas that you are going to have to deal with. For example, the root chakra deals with our feelings of security, safety, you know, the part that we belong over here, those sort of things. I'm actually looking at a chart. Basically, the root chakra defines our existence. Like, I deserve to belong here. I do belong here. Simply because I exist, I belong, okay? Just our own creation is in itself a very big thing, right? So discounting, yeah, I'm alive, whatever, yada yada. It's not whatever, right? So that when you fine-tune the root chakra, you really realize that each and every breath you take every day that you wake up is in itself a very divine thing. Also, the heart chakra is of course related with how much love you can receive as well as how much you can give, not just in one particular romantic relationship but just out into the world, just the level of compassion you have, your generosity with other people, the compassion in the way that you really understand what another person is going through, and you appreciate that everyone is on their own journey. The heart chakra also rules the oneness, the collectiveness of everything. So simply because, for example, something is not troubling for you personally, doesn't mean that the problem doesn't exist, right? So you feel compassion for someone at the opposite end of the world because why not? We're all the same thing, essentially. Yeah, we're going through individual journeys, but we have the same goal. We were born of the same source and we just have a different pace. So there is no use of, any discrimination. So that is heart. So these are the main 2 things that are happening here, but I do feel you have some personal issues getting in the way. There is 3 of Swords can sometimes relate to relationship heartbreak, but it's not restricted to just that, okay? So this is a pain that you've been going through, and Spirit is asking you to start looking ahead. You have mourned enough. You have cried about it enough, suffered enough, and it's time to plan the future now. You need to start looking ahead. What do you want? So fine. Yeah, okay, so one option did not work. Or one person, one situation, one job, whatever. It did not work. So what? It's not the end of the world. Of course it deserves its mourning process, and you are going through it. You have done it already. You don't need to bring it back again and again, because each time that you remember it, you're also feeling it again. It does not deserve that much of your energy and attention. Because when one door closes, another one opens, right? In this case, with the Two of Wands, when one door closes, the whole world is open. Okay? So it is a very expansive thing. We do have that inertia that, oh no, I had my heart set on this thing, so because it did not work out, life is over, and okay, I'm just gonna be upset about it always. Everyone does it. There's no problem with that, but of course, when it starts hindering with your spiritual self, it turns from giving it respect, giving that ending its respect, to self-harming. That's where spirit has a problem. That's where it's like, okay, you're losing sight of purpose. That's not the point. That's not the point. We were supposed to go through this so that we learn from it. And then we'll look outward and see how we can apply what we have learned. Okay? If you've been, because this card here, Five of Pentacles, is like you're trapping yourself, that kind of thing. You're like, no, I don't want to talk to anyone outside. No, you do have the key here, right? You do have the key. It's inside. No one has locked you in. But in your mind, you feel like a captive. And unless this person here does not look up and look around, how will she see that she's not at all trapped? Not ever. She never was, and she never will be. Right? You might be concerned about like finances, some of you. Meanwhile, some of you have wanted to travel or are looking for opportunities abroad, and it's been quite irritating at the moment. And that is causing you quite a bit of frustration. And you feel like you don't have time to be dealing with this spiritual thing. It feels like a luxury, basically. It's not that you don't have time, but it feels more like a luxury, and you can't keep your mind focused on meditation or whatever practice that you do. It feels like, no, it's not working. It's not working because, like I said, you're rehashing it, and it does not deserve it. Seriously, it's like, I don't know how else to say. The situation does not deserve so much of your attention. All right? If you're worried about finances, managing them, and so on, you will be able to. Many times, in 2020, this is the very primary blanket lesson that I learned, is that it is very literally that the change starts with me. I cannot sit and wait for the change to come. Okay? So here, with the last thing, the big one, is saying, leave it. Whatever is annoying you, whatever is frustrating you, leave it up to the universe. Just leave it. Seriously, I surrender. You know what? You have brought me here, till here. You've brought me all of this. I have dealt with it. I have tried this. I have tried everything. I'm honestly done. I'm done. Okay? You have birthed me. You will take care of me. I don't know how, and I cannot care less. That is the Hangman. I give up. Not in a resignated, I'm good for nothing way. No. It is in a way that I remove the burden of all of this from off my shoulders. It is not my thing anymore. I just can't do it, and that's it. It requires a lot of strength to get up and say, I can't do it. Quite honestly. Not in a way that you're defeating yourself in any way. When you start feeling like a loser when you give up on something, you're not really giving up. Okay, you're still stopping yourself. The Hangman is the complete removal of ego. Taking an intentional pause, a break from all of these situations. Like, give me a break, just give me a moment. No, I can't deal with this again and again. If you keep running into the same loop, something is off. Sometimes you need to hang back and analyze the situation for what it is from afar. Otherwise, you can't really see it. You have to welcome a change of perspective. If you keep hammering at the same wall, you know that you're still hitting a wall. Instead, if you hang back and you wait for a moment and look around a little bit, you might find a passageway that gets you to the other side. You don't have to hammer the wall, right? Surrender all of your troubles to the universe. It's the universe's construct anyway, right? Earth, solar system, nature, everything. We, us human beings, that will release you. That will give you a lot of freedom. This is such a freeing card. Both of these cards, actually. Such a freeing card, my goodness. And yeah, both are hard. So you must have heard a lot of, expand or elevate to 5D and move away from the 3D. And yeah, the meaning of that is quite deep. I can't really explain it in one sentence. But mainly it starts with connecting with your heart. But before you can work on these higher levels, you need to make sure that you yourself feel deserving of existing, deserving of having everything settled, however long it may take. That's not your place. Again, everything will happen in its own divine timing, and ultimately we're the one who will, walk in step with whatever comes. That's fine. That's not our place. But it is our responsibility that when we get the memo to go ahead, we go ahead. Right? Yeah. Surrendering will free you. Okay? Try praying. I'm sure you're trying everything, but keep the faith. It's not just about saying the words and not believing them, right? Words themselves don't have any meaning unless you assign some value to it. If you don't feel it, however many times you say the same sentence, it doesn't count for anything. So whatever you ask genuinely. Whatever you pray for, just pray genuinely. Just hope for it very genuinely, and then leave it. That's all. Just leave it. It's not your job anymore. Okay? Alright. That was quite intense already. Let's see what is blocking you a little bit more. We have 8 of Cups. So there is a certain emotional situation that you're leaving behind. Of course, that is not easy, but yeah, we'll see. Okay. We have Justice. Some of you might be going through some legal battles, procedures. And we have the 9 of Swords. Overthinking, anxiety, paranoia, these are the type of themes of the 9 of Swords. But the very good thing about this card is that the troubles don't actually exist in the external reality. They are a construct of our mind that keep us caged. Okay, so that is affirming. That is quite nice, isn't it? And the 8 of Cups is that there is always the sun beaming when you leave behind something. It is because it wasn't right for you, or it is not right for you anymore. Everything will be balanced. Okay? You might be dealing with some karmic situations, which is why it is a bit difficult here. It could be something of this current lifetime or a past lifetime. It's something, a baggage that just needs to be removed. Otherwise, how will we progress? Right? That's why the pain, that's why the feelings of there is no way out, even though there is plenty of way out. And that's why surrendering is going to help you. All right? Especially if you're a fixed sign. I have my sun, moon, and rising all in fixed signs. And in 2020, I was this all year. I had to get to that point, but ultimately, whenever I asked Tarot, what is next month going to be like, it was always the Hangman. And despite all the 3 fixed signs that I have, I am no longer fixed. Alright? So there is extreme power in surrendering. You release, you break all the karmic ties along with it. And even though, life does not become like super amazing overnight, it's not all rainbows, but you do know how to deal with it. You know where to look, you know who to ask, and you know who to connect with, right? So you're overthinking things that are not meant to be overthought. It's just something that you have to get done. Okay? All right, now, as you connect deeper spiritually, what is going to happen in your life? How will your life shift? Let's find out. We have Rido. Ride, journey, destiny, travel, and change. Yes, so definite change is quite obvious. But yeah, like I was saying, if you were looking to travel, you can travel. If you are searching for purpose, where you are is not really fulfilling you and you're looking for this purpose, you will find your purpose. Your real journey is going to begin. Okay. We have Mercury, communication, mind, intellect, reason, and language. You will be able to express yourself a lot better. You will understand your own mind, how it thinks, why it thinks the way it thinks. We have Pluto, power, death, transformation, and evolution. This is the biggest card for, lifelong transformation. It's you will find your power through this. You will learn who you are. Oh my goodness, we have the 10 of Pentacles. Financially, like I said, if you're worried about finances, you'll be rich. It may not happen overnight, it's a Pentacles, but it is a permanent, it's a steady growth, which means it's here to stay. People who have trouble connecting in an authentic way with other people, in a sense, the heart chakra things that I talked about, you will be able to form very close bonds with whoever comes into your life and you resonate with. You will be able to identify who your family is. And no, it is not as simple as I was born by this person who's my mother and that person who's my father, and I'm the sibling of so-and-so. This is about the people who feel like family. Okay, this can be your friends, also your parents, of course, also grandparents, siblings, neighbors, animals, whoever feels like family to you, you will connect in such a deep, strong way. And it is going to be a very special, very stable and special foundation. Okay, so the root chakra is definitely fixed here. And we have the Fool. Oh my god, I'm getting goosebumps, I'm not joking. Right, journey, destiny. You will start here. This is your initiation will be then done. You are ready to start exploring yourself and your place in the universe. This would be your initiation phase. Okay? This is where it all begins. This is where you start walking towards your purpose, living your purpose with each and every step. Connecting with it. It's adventurous. It is definitely unknown. You definitely do. When you surrender everything, you also surrender expectations. You surrender the blocks, right? So no, you don't know everything. The thing is, you don't need to, because you have faith. And you see the results quite quickly. You see the results, and that reaffirms your faith again and again and again. So beautiful. Okay. Let's do your advice cards. We'll do the oracle at the very end. It's something of an affirmation, something you need to keep in mind at the moment, that will take you towards all of this. Okay, it's the very starting point. Okay, Your ancestors have given you this feather here, belongs to a finch. New opportunities and choices are opening to you now. Claim them. Literally what I have been talking about. There are so many opportunities that will pop up, but they will pass you by if you don't notice them. It's easy to miss them. Your higher self is saying with the loon, pay attention to your dream time. Messages of guidance are drifting in. Keep a dream journal, or write it somewhere, or record an audio of it or something that will help you keep your dreams in mind. If you are not a person who remembers their dreams or thinks it is mostly gibberish, when you start making a habit of remembering them, this can be when you wake up, you just write them, however gibberish they may seem, or right before you sleep, you tell yourself in your mind very strictly, seriously a little bit, listen, I want to remember my dreams, Then the mind actually is like, okay, so this person is ready to receive. I will send the messages now in a way that is better understandable for them. Okay, so you have to, again, it's all starting from you. Okay, the moment you say, yeah, I am open for guidance, please tell me, what do I do? How can I let go? How do I move on? I need help with that. And you will get the guidance. Okay. Your spirit guides have sent the white owl. The wisdom and messages of the divine are within you. Yes, with the hanged man as well, it's like it is a new perspective of what they have already seen or what they have already gone through. So you already know, you just have to look at it in a different way. So the guidance are already within you. The messages are already within you. And another meaning of this is pay attention to your higher self. Because you, the spirit, you exist in many dimensions. We don't know how many, but we do exist in many dimensions. So take guidance and learn from your own self, from your different versions of yourself. Okay? You can refer to your inner child, future self, your higher self, your own spirit right now as it resides in you. There are so many sources, and all of it revolves around you, right? So pay attention to that. This is where your guides are saying, just pay attention to that first, and they will come in. They are always going to be there. Okay? All right. Now your affirmation. In any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. This is the hangman thing that I was talking about there. And the judgment. Yes. In any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. You can try chanting, humming, singing of any way, trying to express. However, it's not anything for the public. Just do it for yourself, kind of. Even doodling is a form of expression, right? Because I see plenty of blue here, so that it corresponds to the throat chakra. Again, you can read about it a bit, but the very basic concept is that you express honestly in its raw form. Okay? So yeah, these are your messages. If you're interested in a reading, you can connect with me via my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box and the comment below. If this reading helped you, guided you, and resonated with you, and you want to show your appreciation, you can do that through the PayPal or the tip link, again in the comment section and the description box. It is not an obligation. I do not expect anything from you, but I would definitely appreciate it. Although what would be more helpful is if you could like, share, comment, and subscribe, because it helps grow the channel. You never know who these messages might help, who needs to hear all of this. So I would really be thankful to you if you could participate in getting the video and the channel out there. But everything is your wish. All of it boils down to your choice. So I do wish to see you again. Take care. I hope this helped, and I'll take your leave now. Bye. Hi Pal2, welcome to your reading. These are some of your advice cards. We'll take a look at these at the end. Let's check your tarot cards first. How can you be more spiritually connected? We have Sowelu, Sun, Strength, Positive Energy, Male, Activity, and Conscious. We have the Hierophant, okay, awesome. Then we have the King of Swords. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. Then we have the Six of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, so many Pentacles, and the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. The very big glaring messages I'm getting is open your mind to the guidance that you're getting and share it with the world. Through your communication, bring your intellect, bring your understanding down into the earth. Ground it, express it, share it, write about it, sing it, doesn't matter. It needs to be brought down into a tangible work. Take your time, be patient, things take time to grow, no rush at all, but the seeds need to be sown in order for the plant to grow. This is going to free you in many, many ways. It is going to free others in many, many ways. You will find your financial independence through this. It will be a part of your... It will go the distance. That's the thing. With the King of Pentacles, it will go the distance. I'll just push these up so you can see these more clearly. Okay. These are the very big messages that I'm getting. The Sun is also responsible, it's not written here, but the Sun is responsible for clarity. Share your clarity. I feel like you're not a beginner in spiritual, in the spiritual world, but a very strong urge over here, the push. So if you're looking for confirmation whether you should do something about it, then this is a very glaringly yes. Okay, you need to do something about it. You're getting all these insights for a reason. Share your experiences, because the King of Swords is about practical experience that the king has received, and through it he has gained the wisdom and the knowledge. It was not just handed to him by someone else. He had to experience it. You can see by his just outerwear, you know, like he has trekked the mountains. The obstacles that you have faced and you have overcome, they are not to be, you know, going to waste. That was something that taught you so much, a lot. And it's time to communicate them. Okay? The Hierophant, I feel like there is a prominent spirit guide or ascended master or a spiritual guru in your life who does help you and guide you very much. This does not have to be a one-on-one interaction as such. Again, spiritual ascended masters are going to be more of a mind communication, clairvoyance, sentience, audience, these sort of things. But it can also be someone on YouTube, someone on some other platform who you look up to, who gives you a lot of spiritual guidance. This person, the information that you gain from this person or this source, let's just call it source, it needs to be given out. It is definitely for you, but it is not restricted to just you. It is knowledge and wisdom that the world very desperately needs right now. Okay? So pass it on as best as you can. This is giving and receiving, a very equilibrium thing. So you're receiving the wisdom, but you're also giving it. A generous mindset, an abundance flowing. The more you give, the more you share, the more space you have within you to keep receiving. Okay, the doorways keep opening up for you more and more. Now, sharing these ideas with the King of Swords, all the experiences you've learned and what have you learned from it. So integrating your practical daily experience with the knowledge you get from the higher realms about what is the big picture and spiritual understanding of these things. Ground them into reality. King of Pentacles is also someone who he has everything. He's the epitome of abundance, material abundance especially. Okay, so sharing these will definitely solidify you. If you are concerned about, I'm good at this, but I'm not sure if I can make a living out of it, you can. This will be your retirement plan. Okay, I already told you, Seven of Pentacles is, again, being patient with yourself. There is no rush. These things cannot be rushed. So tend to it. If you have already sown some seeds, if you have already planted this little sapling here, then tend to it, take care of it, nurture it, feed it more nutrients of wisdom and beauty and love and care and attention, all these wonderful things, because it is going to grow into a full-grown tree, and that's what is going to give you shelter. It is going to give you shade and calm and cool. Again, I'm speaking metaphorically, of course. Whatever this project is, if you have already started, then just keep looking after it. Don't expect it to just be a quick fix, easy situation. If it is easy, it is also volatile. And we have plenty of pentacles here, so it is asking you to be slow and steady. Be deliberate in your efforts. Be deliberate in the way you speak and the way you present yourself. Pay attention to how you exude yourself. What is the personality that other people perceive? Do you like that? Do you think that is in alignment with the information you get? If yes, carry on. If you're unhappy with how people perceive, because sometimes it does happen that you have very good interests in your heart, but someone else can see it as offensive, even though you're definitely not even thinking of it as being offensive, right? So that's something, of course, you need to think about that, but pentacles are mainly about the material world, the 3D world, and slow and steady, consistent. All right. So Velu, yes, you can look up to the sun. If you are into like praying to the planets or bodies, celestial bodies, then praying to the sun might give you plenty of insights. The sun god might be one of your guides as well. The male energy is definitely dominant here. The taking charge, doing something about it, that type of thing, you know. Yeah, so spread your with male and activity. That's what I'm like. I was combining that. Yeah, so your consciousness, share it. You have the material, give it out into the world. Okay, let's see what is blocking you at the moment. We have the Three of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and the Page of Wands. This can be, the Three of Pentacles is again Pentacles. Okay, this can be a certain team or a team member, certain people you surround yourself with. It can also be a workplace, which kind of makes you feel like doing this is a no-go. Okay, so they make you feel judged or unfair about this side of you. Whether you have shared this side of you or not, that's obviously playing a role in it, but in either case you know it yourself, right? That yeah, this is not the conventional thing to do. Meanwhile, the Three of Pentacles over here feels like a more conventional thing to be doing. So people over there do not resonate with this side of you, and that kind of stops you from trying to be something else because it just feels unrealistic. So even though you have a lot of ideas coming through, it just stays in that very initial stage with the Ace of Wands. You get a lot of inspiration, you're actually super creative, and your creativity can actually be quite infectious. But if you do not deliver, if you do not bring it out, how will people know? And by the way, I can understand the Three of Pentacles because that's the same situation. This acted as a block for me for months and months, but I got plenty of guidance again from my higher self and guides who were like, who cares? Who cares? Seriously. Let them be how they are. There are plenty of people in the world. So yeah, that was good motivation. That does not mean I didn't struggle with it. So yeah, it's part of the process to, kind of go back and forth a little bit, but this is a very solid confirmation for you. Okay? Now, Ace of Wands, whatever ideas you're getting, you're leaving it in your head, in your mind. You're not doing anything about that. That is another block. And the Page of Wands is, well, this can mean a little bit, can be a few things. One is that, very strongly I'm feeling procrastination. It's more like, nah, I'm just gonna do what is easy, what is fun, and I'm just gonna go through that. Because if you decide to switch to this field, or you start working, let's say, on 2 jobs, one which you're already doing, or internship or studies, whatever that may be, plus you want to do something that you're actually being guided to do, then for some time at least it could be that you're working on 2 different things. So that would, cut down on your, let's be free and skip around and awesome, let's have fun, watch some videos and whatnot, right? But that is being a block for you to be connected more and more spiritually, because spirit gives you as much as you can fathom and understand. And for some people, it gives information as a purpose to be shared. Okay, it comes to you because you can receive, but it is also coming to you so that you can share. So unless you do something about it, that's where it stays. So you will definitely get the insights, but you cannot fully realize it, neither can you make the most of it, neither can you help someone else if you do not put it out there. It doesn't have to be a big thing at all. It can be a simple blog, it can be just, I don't know, if you like to speak, then speak. If you like to dance, then dance. There is a form of expression that is unique to you, and you need to work on that. Okay, opening up your mind, the crown chakra, opening up your throat, which is your throat chakra, your expression, right? And also the solar plexus. The solar plexus is a little bit blocked, because that rules your ability to follow through, self-discipline, confidence you have, but enough to, say, yeah, but I don't really care what your thoughts are on this, because this is very true and resonant for me, and there is zero doubt about that. So yeah, these are some indicators if you work on chakras. What else? I'm trying to think of different possibilities for the Three of Pentacles. Can also be kind of a group leader or sorts, but in either case, I'm always coming back to team. Something of a team. And they might not even know that you're interested. It's just their views, for example. They might be more vocal about what they believe in. Okay, let's see how your life is going to change once you start following your calling, when you get deeper connected spiritually. We have Cancer, and we have the 5th house. Oh my goodness. We have Evas, which is equality, duality, change, love, and partnerships. And we have Avas, which is junction, endings, transformation, death, and rebirth. We have 2 of Wands. We have Page of Pentacles. Very beautiful. It's a very beautiful thing. Okay, so of course you will be transforming. It'll be a junction point. Of course, for you, I feel like you will switch completely in that case, right? Although there are many points in this year where endings can be very sudden, all right, like astrologically speaking. So you can make use of all of this, but these sudden endings are actually blessings, you know. Yeah, of course. It is a blessing in this case, isn't it? Yes, then Eva's change, love, and partnerships. 5th house deals with love affairs, that sort of thing, like in a more romantic sense. It's not a very serious thing, but it does rule dating. So if you're looking for someone as well, as you open up more and more to your own self, you might find someone along the way. More than that, it's like coming to an equilibrium and recognizing that there are, how do you say it? There are differences in the world, but ultimately we're all looking for the same thing. We're all wanting the same things, and you can find equality within duality, right? So these are some things that might come up along the way. That's how things will change. The way the partnerships doesn't always have to be romantic, but also the people you associate with, the friend group you have, for example, the team that you associate yourself with, the community you want to get involved in. Okay, these things will undergo a transformation. Some relationships which you already know are not really in your highest good will be removed, so it's not going to be painful. I don't see pain. You want this change, all right? 2 of Pentacles can be about moving abroad. It can be starting abroad, but it's also like, okay, I do have the choice right now to, keep doing what I'm doing at the moment or follow myself into the unknown. I don't know what else is out there. Let's be a little bit adventurous. And it's not a reckless attitude. You're thinking about it. 2 of Wands is also planning for the future and thinking a little bit ahead. Just because it's just going, yeah, whatever. It doesn't mean it is always going to be just going and whatever. At some point, the dissatisfaction will catch up with you, and you don't want to end up saying, oh, I regret to not have done anything, when I could have, when I did get the indication, right? You might enroll yourself into a course. This is a student card, but it is also about, you start your journey. Okay, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and then is the King of Pentacles. So this is the start of your establishment. Okay, you plan towards how can I begin. So it is not yet making you big money, but it is giving you a more solid foundation than in the right direction. Okay, this is about, I like the positioning of both these things, because you're leaving behind one thing here, you're setting it aside, and you're holding this one, the other option, i.e. the thing you are being called to follow, and you're looking ahead at what else can happen. If I choose this wand over here, what will happen? And what happens is that you have your own foundation. This is like earth magic as well. Again, grounding into reality, being in nature, understanding nature. And by that, I don't only mean the birds and the trees. I mean the nature of humans, the natural laws that govern us beyond our earth. Okay, for example, karma. Just an example. Yes, so you're starting your establishment, okay? So setting up your business and watching it grow, being patient with yourself, allowing it to take its time and making it grow in a steady and confirmed pace, right? Because see, if you do not build on steady foundations, you don't want a tower moment, right? Nobody wants that. But I mean, tower moment in the sense, okay, it's not always bad. Bad analogy. Never mind. Although tower moments are they are painful, and it's always because we did not build on steady foundations. So you don't want to do that, and that's exactly the guidance. Do not rush the basic process, all right? But do start on it. Please start, okay? Now with the Cancer in the 5th house, yes. So creativity and expression of your feelings, your thoughts, and Cancer is very, very nurturing and very loving, and we have love over here as well. So expressing the ideas of the love and the nurturing guidances that you yourself receive as from your guides, or from your gurus, whoever the source is again, makes you feel more calm, more at ease with what you're learning. You feel more confident about it. You are also able to understand a lot more, and internally it makes you feel good and fulfilled. But once again, 5th house is like expressing your creativity. How can you talk about it, or whatever your method is? Talk about it, sing it, dance it, draw it, sketch it, whatever. Okay, in either case, you're expressing these beautiful, very high vibrational feelings. Okay, your clairsentience might go up as you keep getting deeper and deeper. Okay, now let's get you the guidance. All right. We have messages from your ancestors. This feather here. Cardinal. Stand tall and proud. See the leadership role unfolding ahead of you. I don't have to say anything more. This is quite clear. From your higher self, Nataj, stay grounded and welcome the new knowledge and perspective coming to you. And your spirit guides. Oh my God, Heron. Let go of convention and follow your own unique path. Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm breaking out. So many goosebumps. Oh, shiz. Okay. Now, these are some oracle cards. This is for you right now. Something that will help you get on this path even more. You can use it as an affirmation or just watch it again whenever you need to hear this message, etc. So the first card, attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. This is attack, pain, fear within yourself, and also the ones that come from your surroundings. You can ask to be released from it. And a very good way would be to, again, connect spiritually, because we have plenty of purple there. Again, the crown chakra. So yeah, looking up at the stars in the night sky, just, I don't know if you do it this or not, but when I was not so into meditation, I used to just look at the sky, imagine just how vast it is, and we're just a tiny pinpoint thing on this one little planet. So it was just, I know that there is something so much bigger than me, so I will just pray to the sky, the stars, the universe, the things that I can see as well as things beyond it. And let me tell you, that was very effective. It honestly was. I surprised myself. Okay. I am the loving energy of the universe. This is for you. So if you are afraid of being left out in the cold, if you follow this path, this unconventional path, or your unique path, then yeah, we have, well, I don't really, these are so clear, I don't need to interpret them in any way. Just there's plenty of knowledge coming through. Your higher self wants you to pay attention. You are a leader of your own life, and you can be a leader up ahead. So this is like looking ahead at building your own enterprise. Therefore, you are your own leader in this case, isn't it? And your spirit guides are like, hello, kindly let go of what everyone else is doing. That's not for you. I'm so happy. I'm so excited for you guys. It is an adventure. It is of a very different way of approaching adventure, but it is definitely adventure for sure. Okay, so I hope this helped you. I really do. If you would like a reading from me, then you can connect with me from my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box and the comment below. If this reading helped you, guided you, resonated with you, and you want to show your appreciation, you can do so in the tip or donation link. It is not an expectation. Please don't think that. But I definitely would appreciate it. Although what I would be more grateful for is if you could like, share, comment, and subscribe, because it helps grow the channel. You never know who these messages might resonate with and help out. So I would be very thankful for your participation in getting the video and the channel out there. But everything boils down to you. It is your choice. So do as you please, okay? I do hope you take care. I will see you in another video. Bye. Hi Pile 3, welcome to your reading. These are your guidance messages from your higher self, angels, as well as ancestors. We'll take a look at them later. First, let's do your tarot cards and see how you can be spiritually connected. We have the Five of Pentacles, Justice. Okay, I'm going to push these up a little bit. Then we have the Five of Cups. Okay. Nine of Swords underneath the Five of Pentacles. Three of Wands underneath Justice, and Six of Cups underneath the Five of Cups. And your rune card is Devas, which is Truth, Struggle, Duty, Discipline, Justice, and Warrior. We have Justice twice. Okay. This is an interesting spread. I feel like you guys are quite emotional, and sometimes, and especially at this moment, I feel like you're overthinking quite a bit. You're feeling anxious about something, paranoid, these sort of things where it's you're feeling kind of like, oh, well, there is no way up from here. And there is kind of this repeat cycle as well that I'm seeing here with the Five of Cups and Six. It is a repetitive emotional cycle that has been happening mostly since childhood. Okay, you might not recognize, some of you may not, because it is difficult to remember each and everything from childhood, right? We were kids. But more often than not, the root cause of many of our problems is always in the childhood. So go back a little bit and see when was the first time you felt this type of paranoia or feeling this stuck energy. Okay, this can be very simple, like one time you got locked up in a room and that scared you when you were a child. Even those little things kind of blow up because it is something very fresh and new for the child, and it can be very easily traumatizing, right? So the same thing then replicates as you grow up and you don't resolve these issues, and they kind of go into different areas of life. Okay, so it can feel like it is the same emotion. For no reason you are afraid of losing things, or people leaving, or getting stuck inside, or just losing everything that you hold dear, these sort of things. It just blows up because the emotion that you felt when you were a child, that was just as real as what you feel right now. It does sound kind of silly, when you go back to your childhood and it's just like, oh, okay, so I could not open the door for myself, and that was scary, and you might think, haha, so cute and adorable, but it was not cute and adorable at the time to you. You were in that situation, so it was not fun. So what you need to do is kind of bring into balance to all of these type of situations and see it for the truth. What that means is confront your inner child, talk to it about these sort of issues, and tell it that, listen, hey, you're fine. You're completely fine. I mean, that, yeah, it was just this type of situation and that's why it felt like this, but you're completely safe. You grow up and you become like me, and yeah, we can handle life, we can do this and that. Talk about some things that you have developed from by growing up, and for example, you're staying by yourself and you're able to manage your expenses, you're doing your studies or your work and things like that. Okay, just tell it how far you have come, you know. Then it will be like, oh, okay, so it is actually not a big deal and I was just afraid, you know. So the inner child feels understood, which then resolves a lot of the other domino effect type of problems. Okay, so that will be telling your inner child the truth of the situation, and that way it won't feel that exaggerated sense of, oh my god, what happened. Okay, so there might be more than one problem. I'm just giving a few examples here just to give you an idea of where to look, what to look for, things like that. But a lot of it is about your own trappings, emotional, and then it turns into overthinking. Okay, in every case, whatever the situation is for you, in each case you do have the solution. And this here is interesting because the Nine of Swords, even though it feels very traumatic, it is definitely in your head. Like the problems themselves are not existent, but because you are feeding them your attention, they exist in your mind. Okay, that sort of thing, and that in turn then makes you feel trapped, and it's again a loop thing. But you can easily break out of it the moment you realize that the key is in your hands. Okay, the key is where you are, and you and only you can pick yourself up, look around and see openly for what the room is over here, and pick up the key, open the door and walk out. All right. And this about crying about spilled milk, for example, if you are the kind of person who usually lives in the past, then it's time to make it a habit to bring yourself to the present as best as you can. Okay, initially it might be not that easy, and I'm not saying just forget about the past. I'm saying resolve the past and then move on towards the present. Okay, because yeah, it is really going to help you find an equilibrium in yourself as well as your external surroundings, i.e. the people you associate with, the work you do, the way that you feel in your daily life, things like that. And you will see how there is definitely a ray of a hope. Okay, this together is like come into balance, come into equilibrium, see the good for what it is, see the bad for what it is. And good and bad, I mean kind of as a feeling and experience wise, because that's how you're understanding things. See them for what they are. You have to understand both sides of the coin. There is no blame game here because of this, because of that, this happened. Yeah, sure, it might be that, but that's again not an excuse to just hold on to it, because once again, if you're holding on to it, you're giving it your attention that it does not even deserve. Okay, so see it for what it is. Okay, so that incident happened, this person is like this, all right, fine, bye. Yeah, I don't need to be associated with a person like that. Okay, you don't need to keep going back and reliving that same situation. Just ask yourself, go beyond that. Okay, instead of looping in the same type of emotion, go beyond it, see where the problem is, and talk to yourself, fix it. Okay, you do have the strength for it, you do have the intelligence for it. I feel like you can easily do it, and you need help. Of course you do need help. This is where your guides come in, and they will be there to show you how you can proceed. There is 3, 6 and 9, 11 and 5 and 5. These are some numbers here which are very like pattern like, so look out for these numbers, see what you were thinking at that point when you saw the number, and yeah, just jot down your thoughts or something like that, or even feelings. Check out some mood planners as well. It will give you an overall idea of what is your general temperament, because your emotion is, you know, giving rise to your thoughts are giving rise to your actions, and the actions then shape your whole life. So it can be, the root is always like within you, right? So pay attention to your own self a little bit. Yeah, justice, yes, like I said, coming to an equilibrium. Three of Wands is a very hopeful and optimistic card. Coming to an equilibrium, by understanding both sides of the situation, you will be able to reach a very good state where you are feeling optimistic about the future. And at the same time, you're also trusting in what is to come, because you've broken out of it. Reaching equilibrium is where you break out of karmic situations, or these looping sort of thoughts and feelings as well. And that is what I mean by seeing the truth, okay? You see both sides. Yeah. Okay, now let's see what is blocking you a little bit more in detail. We have the Hermit here. Okay, you might be an introvert. Being alone a lot is acting as a block here. It kind of cuts away the wisdom part of the Hermit when it is in the block position, but rather that you want to be alone and just surrounded by mountains, and that is metaphorical. You're surrounded by your own troubles, that kind of thing. Mountains sometimes represent obstacles that you must climb, right? Okay, then we have the Two of Cups. For some of you, this can be a love situation that is blocking you from realizing your worth. For some of you, it is like you're wanting... Okay, this can be something of an ex situation as well. That you're like, if not them, then I'm just going to be alone forever. That kind of thing. But that is kind of stopping you from seeing things objectively. Sometimes when the emotions are running very haywire and chaotic, when the heart itself is chaotic, it's not time to be listening to emotions. Rather, it is to be, you know, wanting to balance it. What else? What else? I was getting something else. Yes, some of you are waiting for a perfect fit. This is about, well, it can be about love. It can also be about a certain job, career, home, friends. Can be anything, but you're waiting for the perfect fit, okay? And that is causing you to be very, very selective, and you're going more and more introverted or alone, okay? And we have Seven of Wands. You have taken on the defensive position. There is a difference between standing up for yourself and being in the defensive. When you're being defensive, it's like you're blocking out even the good things that are coming forward. Okay, so someone who's trying to help you will also be honest with you, because without honesty, no one's going to be able to help you, right? And that might cause you to be like, excuse me, what are you saying? What does that mean? That is the kind of situation. You might not be aggressively doing so, I'm not saying you're that, but definitely there is a defensive type of aura where you're like, no, you know what, stay at a distance. No, if you get too close, then I have to be vulnerable, and you will find out about these things that are happening inside my head, and you will then run away, and then I will lose you, and then I will be alone again. So you know what, just stay away. Okay, that kind of thing where, yeah, these are the many vibes that are coming through. And we have 9 and 9 as well. So there is a possibility of this coming to a close very soon, but you have to make an effort, a little bit of an effort. That means even just asking for help, okay? Because sometimes that's just enough, right? Okay, now how would your life change as you become more spiritually connected? We have the 11th house. We have the 10th house. Your rune card is Rido, which is right, journey, destiny, travel, and change. We have Two of Swords. And we have Seven of Pentacles. Yes. By the way, if you're interested to work with chakras, look at your heart and your solar plexus. But before you do any of that, just ground yourself a little bit. Pay attention to your root. If you can walk out in nature, be very mindful while you do that. It's not just take a stroll, it's like mindfully grounding yourself, that kind of thing. And then move on to the solar plexus, then move on to the heart. Okay, this is if you work with chakras. There are plenty of meditation videos online for all of this, so choose something that is balancing. So once you start working on getting more spiritually connected, your indecision is going to be so reduced. Okay, you can choose with your intuition. You will be patient with yourself. You will allow yourself some time and release pressure from your own self. All right, you will let yourself grow. You will give the nurturing you need to give to yourself, as well as you're ready to receive more gifts and abundance. You can rely on your intuition because you are very aligned at this point. However difficult a situation may get, you can deal with all of this very fairly and very constructively. All right. Yeah, definitely there is a change. It is a journey, but in this case I'm going to say it's more of a self journey, but it again propagates into the outside world with the 10th and 11th house. This can be going public, for example, with the 11th house, talking about your experiences, talking about the things you have learned and what have you gained from the things you have learned. Okay, these type of things. 11th house is also about hopes and wishes and dreams, so you may realize these hopes and wishes that you actually do have, especially with 3 of Wands as well, that you're looking forward. What are you looking forward to? Your hopes and dreams. You have realized a lot of the things that you actually want to do rather than something you have to do. So you're finding more of an interest and passion, figuring out some of your hobbies and taking some time very steadily, just patiently working on each of them. Not to be perfect or anything, but just to feel good about it. Okay, that's as well a part. And 11th house as well deals with groups of people. So certain people you will leave behind if they are not helping you, or if they are keeping you trapped in your position, which you may already realize, but also a lot more will become clear as you become more connected. Okay, you will see how certain things that people say are not actually your fault. That type of thing. Then also your 10th house. 10th house is about career, your public image, I feel like there is plenty of public over here, but there is no rush. Okay, there is zero rush in any of this. It's just an eventual thing that will happen as time progresses in divine timing. Okay, because it's a very destined journey. In some cases, you won't even realize how far you have come. It's just a very steady growth. Okay, there is no drastic anything. It's just giving yourself space, right? And that will, of course, help you out a lot. Sometimes that's all we need. Give ourselves some space. Yes, so 10th house, it can even help you kind of decide something else that you want to work on. This hobby that you discover, you might want to turn that into an income source, or it can turn into a passive income, but this is something that you become known for. That, for example, you have a degree in something else, but let's say you're a musician or an artist or someone in like agriculture or something. Okay, so even though you're not doing that for profit or anything necessarily, you can if you want to. Yeah. Okay, now let's get your guidance here. We will do your oracle card last because this is more immediate help that you need at the moment. What do you need to hear? But okay, let's see. Your higher self has sent you this feather here. It is Starling. Now is the time to get out into the world and connect in authentic ways. Yes, this can be, again, we have get out into the world, so that is again telling me that it's a very public domain that is in the future, and also asking you to get out of this hermit mode. Okay, now your spirit guides have sent you the blackbird. The magical and unique qualities of your untapped potential are unfolding now. Yes, definitely, you will realize so much. And even in times of struggle, especially in the times of struggle, we realize our greatest gifts, okay? If you can get out of these type of negative mindsets by yourself, you can literally do anything, okay? You have learned a lot. Give yourself the credit for the things you have learned and allow yourself to feel better. By the way, there is an app called Intellect. This video is not sponsored or anything, but I was using that a couple of weeks ago, and it was really nice. There are different it's a very psychologically, evidenced and driven type of app. So it is kind of a counseling thing, but without the therapist. Okay, and it's free. So, check it out if you want. There are many situations, many scenarios who can use it, like lack of self-esteem, for example, or lack of confidence for some reason, etc. Okay, so these are certain options that are already there. You can check those out if you're interested, if that helps, and that's nice. Yes, okay, now we have this final card here. It is from your ancestors. Robin, new growth and potential is on the horizon. Reach out and embrace it. Yes, this is asking you to receive the wonderful things that are coming towards you. And there are things coming towards you. You just have to, like I said, pick up your head and realize it when it's here, because, come on, you don't want to miss it, right? And with the Three of Wands again, it's like on the horizon. This is so like, looking out into the horizon over here, seeing what is to come. You don't exactly know what will happen or how things will pan out, but you don't need to know everything. You just need to take it one day at a time, one step at a time. Just embrace, trust that it is all in your favor. Okay? What else? This is also reminding me of the Seven of Pentacles here. It is like the plant is growing. It is, it has potential to become a tree, right? But first, there are certain things that need to be done, like connecting with people who are genuinely caring for you, recognizing your worth for what you are, okay? And then that way you're open to receive, and you're not, closing yourself off to opportunities through the Seven of Wands. Okay, and now what would help you right now? What do you need to hear at the moment? I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. Okay, so if this is about kind of I won't forgive you at all, even though it was kind of a genuine mistake by someone, then of course this means literally let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. But in most cases, this card is not too literal. It's just starting to, again, seeing things objectively rather than seeing just the pain or just the unfortunate event or circumstance that happened, but seeing it from all angles, or seeing it from another person's perspective. There is more empathy and understanding. At the same time, you also make yourself a priority. It's kind of this, again, balanced look at things. But if you go from the perspective of, okay, I am going to accuse, let's see who am I going to accuse, then in that case you're still reacting from a very shadowy portion of yourself, right? So fresh eyes, new set of eyes. It's like new beginning. Let go of the shadow of the past. That does not define you. It is not for you. It was here to teach you certain lessons, but that does not mean that you have to keep learning it all your life. Also, I let go of the shadow of the past. Also, with the Six of Cups, I kept telling you that you might be kind of going back to the past a couple of times. You might be looping through all of that. And it is, again, encouraging you, telling you quite straightforwardly, let it go. Okay? It's okay. There are billions of people, so many career paths, so many people for friendships and love relationships, and just to form a kinship out there. There are many people who are looking for a friend like you or a person like you in their life, right? So you don't need to hang on to the things that are gone because they're gone because they did not align with what you have as a potential. It is untapped even now, and they are trying to unfold. They are unfolding as we speak, but if you don't acknowledge them, if you don't realize it, you cannot consciously practice it, right? So open your eyes. That's the main message here. Open your eyes and your mind. Okay? So if you are interested in a personal reading, you can reach me via my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box as well as in the comment below. If this reading helped you out, guided you, assisted you, and you want to appreciate it, show some appreciation there, you can do so through the tip or donation link. I do not expect anything from you. I'm not doing this for any sort of return there, but of course I would appreciate it. Although it would be very helpful if you could like, share, comment, and subscribe, because it helps grow the channel. You never know who these messages might really resonate with and help out, so I would be very thankful for your participation in getting the video and the channel out there. But ultimately, everything is your wish, it's your call. I do hope you take care. I really hope this helped, and I hope to see you again next time. Until then, take care. Bye. Hi Pal 4, welcome to your reading. Let's find out how can you be more spiritually connected. These are the messages from your spirit guides, angels, as well as ancestors and higher self. So we'll take a look at that later. Let's see your tarot first. We have the Ace of Swords, the Four of Swords. Push these up a little bit actually. Okay, then we have the Queen of Wands. Alright. Underneath the Ace of Swords we have the Ten of Wands. Then we have the Nine of Pentacles underneath the Four of Swords, and we have the Two of Wands underneath the Queen of Wands. Okay, and your rune card is Hagalaz, Loss, Destruction, Change, and Hailstorm. Okay, so short answer is that you need some rest. This feels like kind of a burnout situation in a way. It can be mental exhaustion. Most likely it is mental exhaustion, or you've been kind of overworking yourself by taking on a lot of responsibilities. And if this is kind of an inevitable thing that you have to have so many responsibilities on yourself, then it is asking you to kind of make time for your own rest period. This can be over the weekend, this can be just 5 minutes of just meditation, or taking a nice bath, going, getting a massage, or these sort of things, depending if you're allowed and what the country situation is, of course. But in either case, it's like, take care of yourself. It can also be, most of us are working from home, right? So it can be like, make yourself a cup of nice tea, something that you really like. And these are little small things that make you feel really comfortable. So make some effort for just yourself. This Four of Swords, Nine of Pentacles is about like taking care of yourself, taking time to rest and recuperate. Okay, take some break from your work situation if that is just taking too much of your time and energy, and it is making you feel pressured, because yes, you do have the strength to keep going, but it will also lead to a lot of burnout, and you will need a longer rest period, which then reduces your work efficiency. By work, I also mean your studies. Okay, so depending on where you are in life at the moment, fit this into your situation. Then with the Queen of Wands and Two of Wands, this is interesting. It's like, do all of these in order to gain your fun spirit, your confidence, your lightheartedness, the charisma that is already within you, and feeling like this sort of willpower that, you know, I can create anything that I want, that kind of thing. Because I feel like you do have the determination, you do have a vision, you are smart, and you can handle a lot of things. So your management capacity is quite good. I feel like all of this is already taken care of. It's just about, you know, knowing where to go, knowing, kind of expanding beyond what is already happening in your daily circumstances. So when you take some rest, you will be able to think a little bit ahead about what else is out there, what other options can I explore. So there's exploration, the looking outward, planning for the future, kind of thinking a little bit about, is this what I want to be doing all my life, or is this how I want to be approaching things all my life? These are sort of things that you'll be contemplating a little bit, and through that you will get bursts of ideas, plenty of creativity. You will find inspiration. Yes, that's the word. You will feel inspired again, and that will help you connect more with your true essence. So I feel like you're not like very far off. It's just a small little kink to be kind of solved out. Just take some rest. Also pay attention to your dreams as well. If you get kind of very noteworthy type of dreams, then pay attention to those, because they can also have plenty of ideas. So this loss destruction is kind of telling me that stop this pattern of taking on too much and then having to do all of it, and in some cases also perfectionistic tendencies. End this cycle of not taking enough time to rest, because if you are not feeling good, if you fall sick in any way, including burnout, you cannot do anything more, not the things that you dislike nor the things you do like, right? So it is not helping anyone, and in no scenario is that helpful. So definitely please take care of yourself. It can be, like I said, very small little things make a difference. Okay, it can be just, I don't know, putting on serum on your hair after you shampoo, putting on conditioner and doing that mindfully, you know, just being with yourself for just a moment over there and just taking care of, let's say, the way that you want to feel that day, you know, dressing accordingly, or doing your makeup or hair accordingly. It can also be some post-it notes or some, you know, motivational phrases that you really want around your house, tracking a habit, building a habit, so many different ways that you can take care of yourself. Drinking enough water, being around nature, appreciate looking at the birds, looking at just how it works, being by yourself, taking time off from the hustle and bustle, the chaos, the responsibilities, the everything. Okay, take some time, because even if we don't realize that each and everything affects, it does affect a lot, right? So, but because we don't see it consciously, it does go to the unconscious mind, and then it kind of, yeah, does its thing, but it's still in the brain. It does receive information. So yeah, let's see what is blocking you. We have the King of Cups. We have the World. And we have the Four of Pentacles. So Four of Pentacles can be kind of a fear of not having enough. So you want to overdo things just to make sure that you have enough. Okay, you could be sending money back home, or you just don't want to be asking money from home. That is also a situation. You might just have graduated and you're feeling this pressure of, oh, am I doing enough? You know, am I doing good enough? And is this good? And how can I just take a break? That type of thing. But this also is like you've started a new project. This is like you've ended one big cycle and you're moving on to the next. So there is this thing of, okay, I have to, once that I've started it, I have to see it through. I cannot leave it just like that, and I need to be completely focused in what I'm doing over here. That is one thing. Rigidity in like spending, for example, like you're not buying certain. Some people have that trouble. Okay, it's not that they're stingy, like they don't want to be stingy, but it's just happens that they feel, I don't want to spend just on myself. It feels like a waste of money for some people. So if that is you, then just it's okay. You do deserve some nice things. Have little small trinkets over there, something cute on the side. Invest in some hobbies. Bring some notepads, some drawing paper, some apps, some tablet, anything at all that makes you feel like, okay, whenever I'm free, this is what I will use to unwind. That type of thing. If this is not a workplace type of burden, but rather something at home, or some close friends who are asking a lot from you, then the King of Cups is saying that you're being very compassionate. Okay, which is compassion is not a bad thing, but certain people can definitely misuse your compassion and take advantage of you. So there is this need of establishing better boundaries, and like I said, tell them straight off, hey, can I have some time for myself? I just need to relax a little bit. And no, I cannot do your task for you. I can tell you how to do it, but ultimately you're gonna have to do the work. That type of thing where you don't give everything to them. You don't need to be super giving, but that doesn't mean you shut them off either. Okay, so there is a good balance that is needed there. It can be acting as a block, which of course, like, you can't say no. That is the thing, you can't say no, and that is then leading up to you burdening yourself. Okay, so these are certain blocks that need to be cleared. Let's see how your life is going to change as you become more spiritually connected. We have Aries. This is personal power. And we have Uranus, which is rebel, reform, unpredictable, and eccentric. Okay, you might have some, talents that people may deem as strange. Okay, like it is out of the norm. But, I mean, who cares? Who cares, okay? That is Uranus and Aries. Like, I'm going to do what I want to do, and that's it, because I feel good with it. I'm not harming anyone. I'm just making the world a better place, and I'm also taking care of myself. So this taking care of myself, depending on your community, okay, certain communities embrace the sacrificing type of attitude. Okay, they like it, they appreciate, and they feel like a person is worthy of respect when they sacrifice themselves, but not when they are standing up for themselves. Right, so in those sort of communities, you might be seen as a rebel and someone who is trying to reform the old ways of being and thinking and kind of breaking out of the ancestral cycle, that type of thing. But you will realize how this is liberating, and there's nothing amazing about, being all sacrificing of everything, because if you're not happy, you're not really contributing anything, and it leads to more internal pain, internal conflict, and a lot of differences between us and other people. So this does not mean that it's just me, but it is definitely a little bit of me. It's not going to be just everyone else. So there is this balancing point that you will be trying to reach, where you own your personal power, okay, standing in your own power. Okay, then we have Devas, which is truth, struggle, duty, discipline, justice, and warrior. So you will be getting justice for yourself. You will be striving towards justice for yourself. That doesn't mean that these people have to pay you back in any sort of way, but rather that you come into equilibrium energetically. Like if you are burnt out at the moment and you're still keeping going, the moment you take some rest and you think about things and you realize that, hey, no, this is not right, or whatever, you yourself balance yourself out. The burnout kind of ends, and you are looking forward into the future and thinking about what else you can do in order to bring yourself to this very independent state. Okay, now this independence is definitely energetic, but also in a financial way, although the finances will take a little bit of time. Nevertheless, it is definitely there. Yes, you will be you already have the intelligence, and the Ace of Swords is also about, you know, seeing the truth, you know, understanding the truth, going into the depths and understanding the truth. And same goes for the Queen of Wands. She does not let the shadow remain a shadow. She reforms her shadow aspects, brings it into the light, and turns it into a flame. So essentially the dark becomes light, right? So she transmutes shadow into light. So that way you're able to see all there is to see, and nothing is hidden behind your back. So hidden motivations and feelings of why you allow people to, you know, take advantage of you. Let's say, I'm not saying all of you do that, but these are certain things that are definitely burdening for you. And why is it allowed? You know, these type of things, you might have to go deep a little bit, but you will discover plenty of your internal strength. You do have a lot of discipline here. A warrior goes with the Aries because Mars rules. Mars is the, you know, traditional ruler of Aries. Yeah, so it's like once you find your cause, you're just gonna go for it. It's like that. And with the arrow mark, this is always like an arrow mark, right? It's like you have the direction now and you're just gonna go. Okay, same goes for Mars energy. If it does not have a direction or a purpose, it feels very restless. Okay, it wants to do stuff, it wants to get somewhere, and wasting that type of energy in pursuits that are not even, there's no point to any of this. At that time Mars feels very, very useless. Okay, and that is like, I want to punch things and I'm going to destroy stuff. That's when the destructive Mars comes in. But when it has the direction of, okay, this is what I like and I'm gonna do it, then you will do it. Okay, Mars makes sure that you will do it, that type of thing. So you will be getting that sort of internal strength and that drive to do things by yourself, for yourself, as well as benefiting society in whatever way that you see fit. Okay, phew, so much talking. Okay, we have the wheel here, which is obviously change. Your luck is going to change. Yeah, you'll be cycling up, upgrading your knowledge. You will be taking all that you have learned, even the good, bad, ugly, you know, difficult, easy, sunshine and rain. All of that you will take with you, and you will upgrade through this learning and wisdom and seeing the truth. And allowing yourself to rest is going to get you there, because it gives you some space to think for yourself, right? Yes, so you'll be cycling up in this destined path, that type of thing. Oh wow, we have the King of Pentacles. Ooh, okay, so you'll get everything, basically. All that you dream of in your ideal life, your ideal future that you can possibly imagine, you'll get all of it, because King of Pentacles is the ultimate abundance of at least the material world. So this is like finding your soulmate, getting enough income, making your own business and making that business successful, and having the beautiful house in the perfect location, everything, just everything. Okay, and he does this by being truthful with himself. He's not going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, this is fine, when it is not, because that's not true. And if you're not honest, you can't keep it up. And by honest, I mean if you're lying to yourself and keeping yourself pacified, that no, see, this is fine, that is fine, then it's not going to grow you, because you're not allowing it to grow. Get it? So yeah, as soon as you connect more and more with yourself, you will see just how abundant you are, you can be, and you will be. Okay, your life itself will change materially as well as even, of course, spiritually. Beautiful. Okay, let's see your guidance now. We'll do the oracle card last. We have the message from your higher self here, this feather. It is magpie. Re-evaluate your priorities. It is time to let go of what you no longer need. Oh my god, this is so accurate. Oh wow. Yes, so re-evaluating priorities. We have this lost. I've been talking about that all this time. So your higher self, that's what it wants to tell you. Now this feather here is from your spirit guides. It is a wren. Be bold and confident. Use all of your resources and create your dreams. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I did not read any of this. I've not seen the cards, but wow, this is absolutely perfect. I don't need to explain any of this, right? And this is from your ancestors. It's a white swan. The power of divine grace is within you. Any sort of healing you need, any sort of blessing you need, any sort of guidance you need, all of that is within you. All you need to do is connect with yourself. And by that, when you connect with your spirit, you're also building a bond with your higher self, because that is, again, you, but in a different dimension. Someone that dimension, that version of you can see a lot more, has a bigger foresight, and understands the causes of everything that is happening, which may or may not be understandable to the earth version of you. Right, so this is asking you to kind of pay attention to your higher self, and then higher self will, of course, arrange the other spirit world in order to help you out, like your spirit guides. They're always there helping you out. Okay. I say these words, these are just terminologies, whatever you believe in, okay? If you just believe in God, then go ahead and do that. But definitely, just on earth itself, you know that there are different versions of you. You do not behave the same way with each and every person, right? In your family situation, you're different. With certain friends, you're different. With your siblings, you're different. Cousins, you're different. So these are the different versions. So the similar type of structure exists even in the spiritual world. So this version of you is just more aware of things. So you can think of it as a combination of your conscious, subconscious, as well as unconscious. So it's like it's your brain, your complete brain, which knows itself. A very intelligent way of working, that type of thing. So think of it as you wish, okay? I just use certain words which are relatable to a lot of people in this community. But yeah, you know. Yes, I love this. Be bold and confident. Aries, Devas, King of Pentacles. Oh, goodness. And use all of your resources. I told you, everything you've learned, everything you have, you're going to be taking with you and creating so much more. You'll be upgrading, you'll be building on the strengths you already have. Okay, this is something here which is going to help you at the moment to, get started on this. Okay, wow. There is nothing sexier than my authentic truth. I want to scream. It's beautiful. Absolutely. Yes, the purple again is like opening up your crown chakra. Moon can be significant for you. If you want to manifest, then you can do so with the moon cycles. It's definitely very, very helpful. Understand what sign is the moon in right now. For example, if moon is in Leo this month, then Leo is a fiery energy. It is a fixed sign. It has plenty of confidence, charisma. It has that very sun-like energy, plenty of optimism, and generous and big-hearted, just this enormous strength, and all of these wonderful things. So these qualities, if you're wanting to manifest, then you can work with the full moon. Full moon is also about releasing. So releasing, for example, releasing the burdens and standing up for your truth, that way. So I let go of people like blah, 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 and invite blah, 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 that type of thing. So yeah, that is just a side note thing, but yeah, that's your oracle card over there. It's so beautiful. I love it. If you're interested in a tarot reading, you can connect with me via my Etsy shop. The link is in the description box as well as in the comment below. If this reading helped you out, resonated with you, and guided you, then you can also use the tip or donation link. I would be appreciative of it, although it is not at all expected. Okay. Though I would be super thankful to you if you could like, share, comment, and subscribe, because it helps grow the channel. You never know who these messages might really resonate and help out. So yeah, I would be very thankful for your participation in getting the video and the channel out there. But ultimately, everything is your wish. It's your call. I wish you all the very best. Take care. I will see you again